What's up, guys? It's your boy JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS, back with another video to help you make money on Prize Picks, Better, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Underdog, and many other platforms tonight. But first, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos that we put out on a daily basis, or at least we try to. And check out that pinned link in the comment below. That's where for either $14.99 for VIP or $29.99 for VIP Plus, you'll find a Patreon link that'll get you instant access to our Discord. And now that's where you'll find all the tips, advice, players to tail, tickets to tail, anything and everything you could possibly need to succeed on Prize Picks, Better, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Underdog, and many other platforms tonight. So I've got a 4-man ticket for you for tonight. Sorry about no slip yesterday. I just really didn't like the games. Same goes for the day before that, honestly. NBA is tough. Although I do think I may have found a few that are real gems, some diamonds in the rough, if you will. So let's get straight into those, and we'll go over the sponsors at the end of the video. Let's go. So, let's go over to Prize Picks. Gold Poverty Picks here. And we're going to go start out with a, let's see here. Which one do we want to start with? I guess we'll go with the most obvious one. That being the Karl Anthony Towns, the Big Cat, and his taco. It's one I actually sort of like. It's a little bit iffy, as all tacos are, guys, you know. Even though I preach, definitely take the tacos. You know, at the same time, I'm also extremely weary of them. With good reason. You know, these guys aren't going to give you free squares unless they give you that 0.5, which we cashed on, by the way. We'll go over that here in just a few minutes. But big dubs in the Discord last night. But for now, let's go over what we have for tonight. Hopefully we can get you these big dubs too. I'm telling you, though, you got to get in the Discord, and you got to get in on these wins. Either way, sorry, gonna try not to ramble and just be a salesman the whole video, but, you know, that's kind of what I do. It's my job. However, Karl Anthony Towns over 14.5 points, taco number 1. I like it. Let's go, right? So, let's see here. What else do we got? We got, right. So, let's go over to the rebounds category, if it'll ever go. And scroll down just a little bit of traveling down on over here, and go to Mr. PJ Washington over 5.5 rebounds against the Clippers. So, I'll be showing you the evidence for these picks here in just a few minutes as soon as I'm done making them. Let the freeloaders get their picks in and get the hell on out the door. You know, it's I've got Outlier ready to rock and roll for you. Evidence all over the place. Don't you worry. I'm going to be showing you why I think these are great picks here in just a few minutes is what I'm trying to get at. So, first two, Big Cat over 14.5, taco. Second pick, PJ Washington over 5.5 rebounds. Pick number 3 is, where'd he go? No. Oh, come on now. They sure did. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at just points. There we go. So, first half fantasy score for Pat Beverly, the ex-Rocket, one of my favorite players. Man, he's just scrappy-doo out there, doing anything and everything he can to get that dub. He will throw himself out into the audience if necessary, right? He gets the points, gets the rebounds, gets the assists, but more importantly, gets those fantasy score with the steals, blocks, or what we like to call stocks, right? So, pick number 1, Karl Anthony Towns over points, PJ Washington over 5.5 rebounds is pick number 2, and then Pat Beverly over 11.5 first half fantasy score. On to pick number 4, which is actually an MLB pick. And it's going against the grain, right? We are going against the odds on this one, and the reason for it is I don't really give a shit what the odds have to say about it. Sorry. But the history is just there, man. It's there, man. It's there. So Trevor Rogers over 5.5 hits allowed. It's a plus 100 bet on DraftKings, but don't care. I'll show you why right now. Let's go over to Outlier, one of our amazing sponsors. The link is in the description as well as in the pinned comment below. Get yourself a 7-day free trial by using our link. I promise you're going to love it. And you heard me right. Free 99. You can afford that. Let's go. Trevor Rogers over 5.5 hits, right? So not the most consistent history as far as last 5, but you got to keep in mind, guys, when it comes to baseball, you cannot really rely on the last 5 necessarily. Even when you're looking at pitchers, because the matchups matter tremendously, even more than in NBA or NFL or whatever it may be. Matchups are everything in baseball. Everything, right? So let's take a look at why, because of matchups, this is a good play. So last 5, only 4 hits allowed against San Francisco on the 17th. Only 5 allowed against St. Louis on the 6th. And only, let's see, it goes all the way back to 23. Okay, so he's only pitched 4 games this season so far, no problem. So back on 3/31, the man allowed 7 hits, right, against Pittsburgh. But more importantly, against this same Atlanta Braves team he'll be pitching against tonight, he gave up 8 fucking hits. Boom! There you go. And that was just on the 12th, right? So not that long ago. The man has not developed a rocket arm or anything since then. He's still the same pitcher out there. They are essentially the same personnel, I believe, minus Orlando Arcia, is that? Or no, Ozzy Albies. Excuse me. So they don't have Albies out there, but other than that, the Braves are the exact same team that he'll be pitching to. So there you go. Trevor Rogers over 5.5 hits allowed. Let's go over to Pat Beverly over 11.5 fantasy score. I know y'all are going to love this one. Green motherfucking beans all the way across the board on the last 5, guys. I know y'all are loving that. Of course, PrizePicks does not allow you to look at the last 5 when it comes to the first half and all that. They used to. But then they figured out, just like everything else they take away, it lost them money. Last 10, boom. You drop down a little bit when you get over here to the 28th of last month, but for this month, for April, man, been going bananas, BANANAS. Killing it. Just killing it, at least in the first half fantasy score category. So, and including against this Indianapolis squad, against this Indiana squad. I always say Indianapolis, man. I'm a football fan at heart, right? So, against Indiana, just a couple of nights ago. So, there you go. Smashed it at 12.5 in the first half fantasy score. Let's go. Lock it in. Rock and roll. Put that shit in your ticket. Next pick is PJ Washington over 5.5 rebounds. So just got himself 7 2 nights ago against this exact same Clippers squad. Now, one thing I was looking at when I was looking up the evidence pre-video, because believe it or not, I don't just wing these things. I don't just go, yeah, he looks good. Oh, let's just pick him and blah, 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 blah. No, I really research these as much as I can. I really try to look at whether it's a good matchup, a bad matchup, whether it's a neutral matchup, and we should just move on otherwise. Or in other words, like take the over or the under for bad or good matchup. But I'm telling you, PJ Washington, he did kind of take advantage of the fact that Daniel Gafford was out. He wasn't out. He played in the game, but he only played like 14 minutes, I think it was. So got to keep that in mind, but still, for him to get 6 rebounds, it looks like a pretty sure deal. So I'll tell you why. Again, 7 just 2 nights ago against the Clippers. So there you go. I mean, and as far as his last 5, 4 out of his last 5. Only got 3 against Detroit, but then the game before that against Miami, smashed. Against Charlotte, smashed. His ex-team, of course, the revenge game. But then 13 against Houston. Ouch! Hate to see that, but I also love it at the same time. I'm sure you can understand what I mean by that. Won't go into great detail. So PJ Washington over 5.5 rebounds tonight. Karl Anthony Towns over 14.5 points. Did derp. Did dumb. It's the taco. The odds are ridiculous. Hey, well, let's look at the last 5. So, not so great against Phoenix the game before that, but a couple nights ago on 420. You know what I'm talking about. But so, yeah, on 420, got himself 19 points. So, bam. I mean, yeah, he only got 10 against that same Phoenix team a few nights before that, and only 11 against Atlanta, and then only 14 against Portland. But against the Clippers, got himself 18, and that's a tough matchup, right? With Zubac down there. So I say lock it in. I like the taco. If you don't like the taco, leave it out. I don't care. It's up to you. No skin off my back. So one more time, let's go over the picks that we've got so far. PJ Washington over 5.5 rebounds. Patrick Beverly over 11.5 first half fantasy score. Trevor Rogers over 5.5 hits allowed. And then Karl Anthony Towns, taco. That's what we got for you tonight, guys. I hope we can get you cashed out. I truly, truly do. I think we will. I really like the picks. If you want to flex, I did, honestly. I think it's kind of silly not to flex when you're talking NBA because what a shit show. Even in the playoffs, there's been blowout after blowout after blowout. It's just not a fun. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how much loyalty you have. It's just not fun. It's not fun to watch. It's not fun to bet on. But it's what you want, so we give the people what they want. I do like these picks. I say lock them in. Let's rock and roll, boys and girls. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos. Hold on. That we put out on a daily basis. And check out that pinned link in the comment below, right? That's where for either $14.99 for VIP or $29.99 for VIP Plus, you'll find a Patreon link that'll get you instant access to our Discord. What the hell are you waiting for?